Hey everybody, it's Kay, and I'm here today with the August of 2025 Eyescream Beauty box. If you haven't seen the video, I've already posted for the bag, but this is the box. It's, I think, $29.99. So anyway, let's see what's in here. We did get a little card. It said August Wither or Bloom. There are 5 products in here, so I'm just going to pull them out as I see them. Okay, so the first item that I'm pulling out is the Be Bella Blush Color Quad, and it's a blush quad. This is a $12 retail value. It does have a mirror, and here's what the shades look like. It has a protective thing too. There it is. Okay, pretty good size. I have on this one today. So let's take a look at these colors and let's see what they look like. There they are. So a couple of these colors really look more like a highlight. These two. It's this one and this one. So let's go ahead and swatch it and see what it looks like. Okay, there they are. So, and this is the one that I have on, just lightly. Okay, we're going to do that again just to try to get another color, a little bit more color out of it. It's just as well that it's not overly pigmented. There it is. That's a little bit better view of the colors right there. Okay, so I am happy with that one. The next item I see here is this little bear. It's a eyeshadow that's a color shifting eyeshadow, and it is by Shantico. I'm going to read about it. I'm going to take the little bear out. It is shade number 6. This writing on here is impossibly small. Okay, so there it is, and it's the Chroma Cub Multi-Chrome Liquid Eyeshadow, $20 retail. It's encased in its signature bear-shaped bottle. The Chroma Cub is playful on the outside and breathtakingly powerful on the inside. This multi-chrome liquid shadow shifts with every glance, creating a mesmerizing high-impact look that demands attention. Make sure you blend these out before it dries, or it will end up patchy. Once it dries, it will not move. Okay, so I did look at this a little bit yesterday. I decided not to put it on today. There it is. I like these. It just wasn't my first choice, and there's an eyeshadow palette in here, but I put on, there it is. So it looks, and I'm going to go ahead and spread it out too. There's what it looks like spread out. And I agree that if you don't spread it out, it's gonna look patchy. So it looks like there's not really a lot in here, actually. But it's a cute idea, and I think I will, I will find use out of it. I think we got a similar one that was more of a green purple last month. Okay, well, there it is. And I'm going to spread it out all over again. Okay, so you see the shifting. It's sort of just a, it's just a, I'd say it looks a little bit yellow, but when I look at it more, yellow, green, sort of a light color. I can even see purple in here, and you can see the green there. So they're neat. I like those. So that's always something that I'm going to enjoy. Okay, so let's see what else we have in here. Okay, this is by Moon Slice. Came wrapped up. This is a highlighter. I did put a little bit of this on today. There it says Moon Slice. Okay. So this is what it looks like. And we're going to put a little bit of that. Well, we'll put it over here. Okay, there's what it looks like. And you can spread it out if you want to. Probably a good idea to do that there. So I'm going to use it. Yeah, but I like this brand. So I could even use this a little bit underneath the brow bone. Okay, so let's see what it has to say about it. Okay, it is a Girly Pop is the shade of it. It is an $18 retail value. And the shades on the bottom there. Glow like summer straight with this glow like summer starlight with this creamy travel friendly highlighter stick with just one swipe. Girly Pop melts into a skin for a radiant lit from within sheen that feels playful yet polished. Tip: use it under your foundation for a lit from within summer glow. Okay, well that's an interesting tip. And I do like that brand. I have other things by them. I like it. Okay, then we have from Illuminati. This is a hydrating ultra shine lip oil in the shade Ruby. Okay, I do have this on today. I actually have on a lip liner that's just a neutral color, and let's see what it has to say about it. It does get like fingerprints on it. This is a $21 retail value. It says sweet, silky, and oh so refreshing. This nourishing lip oil wraps your lips in glossy hydration with a sheer kiss of color. Like the perfect scoop on a summer night, these lip oils leave your pout smooth, soft, and irresistible. I did try it a little bit yesterday. It does stay on. I actually like this better than their lipsticks. It's got a pretty big applicator on it. And we're going to put some here. It just really doesn't have a lot of color. I know it looks like it does in the bottle, but it really doesn't. There it is there. So it's a tint, basically. Okay, well, I'm going to use that. I like lip oils. Okay, the last item in here, and I saved it because it is a palette. We were able to choose either the Bloom one or the Deadly Rose. And I looked at the colors and I thought, you know, this is probably the one that's going to look the best with me. So this is a $40 retail value by Clarity Cosmetics. So Bloom Burst with fresh, radiant florals, perfect for light, uplifting looks, while Deadly Rose tempts with a sultry, grungy tone that bloom with attitude. No matter which arrives at your vanity, you're receiving a work of art designed to inspire. Pair soft mattes with a bold shimmer for an everyday statement, or dive into the deeper tones for a smoky, mysterious edge. All Clarity Cosmetics are handmade works of art. And I think this actually could be made in America, because the only thing I'm seeing about it is on the back of it is Port Arthur, Texas. I don't see a lot of times these things are made in China or Taiwan, but I don't see that on the back of there. So here's the inside of it here. It does have a mirror. I do have some of this on today. Now I will tell you that this one came sort of crushed. It was outside, half outside of the pan, and I had to push it back in there. So when I first tried it yesterday, it was pretty intense. So I decided today to go into it with a really light hand. Let's see, the name of the one that has a trouble with it was Once a Floral. Okay, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 metallic or shimmery ones, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the ones that are just a matte. So what I decided to do today is I don't have any of it up here because it's just too dark. It just really is too dark. So I stuck with this color here and this color here. The mattes I really wasn't as interested in. So I'm going to go ahead and look at the shimmers here. And here they are. So we have a wine, a more of a pinky purple, a teal. This is the one that's probably the one I like the most, although it is quite flaky when you put it on. I had to tap it on. And then here we have a blue. So they're pretty bright. So you really can't see it too much because I don't really like heavily made up eyes. I just don't. But I just took a very light hand in applying the ones that I did apply. There they are. And you see, even with what I just did here, this one's patchy. So I had to just tap it on. And so that's what I did, sort of in the right over the eyeball and also the inner corner. And then I used this one here, and maybe a little bit of this one tapped on the very corner. So, I'm happy with the look. I wasn't happy with what happened yesterday, because they're pretty, they're pretty pigmented. And besides this one, I mean, they're really, they're going to go on there. So now we're going to look at the mattes, which I'm probably not going to get as much of a use out of because I just prefer the glitter. So, it's a matter of personal preference. So we're going to take a look at these. I did try this a little bit in the crease yesterday, and it was just too dark. So here are the mattes, okay? So a teal, a wine, a plum, a dark green, and it looks like this one in the corner here is actually a purple, okay? So that's pretty pigmented. So we're going to go ahead and look at these. Okay, there they are here. I think it's good for the fall. Again, I would just, if I were going to use these mattes, which I would use in the crease, it would be a very, very light hand with that. Okay, so I think it's a pretty good box. Is it my favorite? I've had others that I like a little bit more, but I do think this is a good one. I'm glad we're able to choose. I think the other choice would have been fine, but I think with the palette, but I think these are probably colors that I'm going to use a little bit more. So the value of these products is $111. And I mean, I think it's always a good box. So one of my favorite items, I don't really know. Actually, it's a surprise this time. I think the thing I'm probably going to use the most is, and I'm surprised that I'm saying this, is probably this lip oil, because I really like lip oils. I'm going to play with these things, these other things. Sometimes it just takes a little bit of playing with the makeup to figure out how it's going to work out best. And I think this is just a good, solid pick. I mean, it's got something for warm tones, and also the pink, or the mauve, which I'm going to gravitate, not mauve, but, the pinky tones. This is actually more of a coral shade here. So I'm going to use it. I will tell you what, it would take forever. That is a lot of, that's 4 large palettes, or 4 large, well, whatever you want to call it, squares of blush. I really think these two are actually more of a highlighter to me. They really wouldn't show up too much. But anyway, that's everything for this month. So we'll be starting on the new month. Maybe we'll start seeing some things come in next week. So thank you for stopping by, and have a great day.